Here's Cunha. The moment has arrived. Matheus Cunha smashes it home for the Red Devils. Is greater than racing in behind one touch to control. And he buries it. United take the lead. The pressure is relentless. Is greater than. It's Cunha driving forward once again. É maior que. Matheus Cunha links up. Now, Mbeumo crowd roars. Oh, absolutely lethal finish. Ist größer als Listen Up, Premier League. You've got a nightmare on your hands. The Manchester United attack has officially woken up. Leading the charge are the dazzling duo, Matheus Cunha and Bryan Mbeumo. While Mbeumo might be stealing the spotlight, resurrecting this formerly toothless frontline looked like mission impossible. Yet, since landing at Old Trafford last summer, they've defied every expectation, rapidly evolving into the lethal game changers United was desperate for. So, what's the secret sauce behind this offensive revolution, and why have these two become the undroppable heart of the squad since wearing the badge? The offensive rebuild made one thing crystal clear. The hierarchy was convinced that last year's catastrophe was purely down to shooting blanks. On paper, the explosive potential of these recruits was undeniable. Cunha was fresh off a career-best campaign, racking up 17 goals and 6 assists for Wolves, putting up elite numbers in a relegation scrap, which is no small feat. Mbeumo smashed in 20 Premier League goals for Brentford last term, hitting a milestone no Red Devil has touched since the Robin van Persie days a dozen years back. Despite the resume, the hefty price tags brought plenty of raised eyebrows and doubters. Let's be real, United's post-Ferguson recruitment has been a chaotic mess, especially with a staggering £2 billion burned on transfer fees since 2013. But bringing in Cunha and Mbeumo, that actually felt like a rare moment of competence in the market. You bring in guys like these, and they don't carry the baggage of the past. They're fearless, just buzzing to be at the club. They just want to ball out. Honestly, it's a total breath of fresh air for everyone involved. Is greater than critics might call them safe bets. But you have to look at the club's expectations to really understand their value. If the strategy was simply expecting them to copy-paste their previous goal tallies, that would have been a suicide mission, considering how disjointed the United offense was before they arrived. Regardless, they both arrived with shooting boots on, though the consistency has varied. Take Mbeumo, he hit the ground running. With 8 goals across all competitions already, he's arguably the MVP of the summer transfer window. He's got this laser focus near post, far post. He knows exactly what he's doing. He's ice cold, zero emotion. Strictly business in the 18-yard box, and I love it. In Amorim's 3-4-2-1 setup, he owns that right-sided 10 role. With Amad Diallo offering brilliant support as a wingback, that duo has developed a telepathic connection down the right flank, turning that channel into United's main weapon. Just look at the team's stumble during the Africa Cup of Nations between December and January. It proved exactly how vital Mbeumo is to the system. Cunha, on the other hand, seemed to carry the heavy price tag on his shoulders. You could see the frustration boiling over every time a chance went begging. Don't forget, this 26-year-old virtually saved Wolves from the drop single-handedly with those 15 league goals last year. So, enduring a 9-game drought and waiting until late October to finally open his account, that definitely rattled his confidence. But look past the dry spell on the stat sheet, and the Brazilian has actually been showing flashes of brilliance all season long. You saw it right away on opening day against the Gunners, and even more so during that massive 2-1 triumph over Liverpool. He didn't get a goal or assist, but he was the engine behind United's first win at Anfield in over 10 years. Fast forward to today, with 4 goals and 2 assists in his last 10 outings. He's finally becoming the reliable threat everyone knew he could be. But here's the thing, goals were actually just a bonus. Their overall influence on the pitch has completely exceeded expectations. Quick timeout if you're digging this analysis. Do us a solid and hit that subscribe button. It really helps the channel grow and lets us keep bringing you the football content you crave. Cunha and Mbeumo aren't just scoring. Their roles are physical, tactical, and incredibly complex. Operating as dual 10s in the Amorim system, they've turbocharged United's transition game. They actually hold on to the ball in the final third. cutting out the sloppy touches and lazy passes that used to kill every attack. By shielding the ball up high, they allow the rest of the squad to surge forward, getting into dangerous spots to draw fouls and win set pieces. It's a huge upgrade from watching Højlund get bullied off the ball last season. Now they're winning free kicks instead of losing possession. Is greater than. We've got a different profile of player now. Guys who are actually built for this specific style of play. It makes a massive difference. And we can't ignore their work rate when they don't have the ball. They drop back to create a solid 5-4-1 block, shielding a midfield pivot that's been dangerously exposed for years. But here's the catch. There's a lingering feeling that all this tactical discipline might actually be stifling their natural attacking flair. Pairing Mbeumo with a mirror image like Ahmad actually handcuffed the squad's strategic options, since both men drifted into identical pockets of space, effectively icing the Cameroonian out of the match. Now, while Cunha was far more comfortable with the blueprint, having operated as a left-leaning 10 in a clone setup under Vitor. Pereira at Wolves. The stagnant ball movement down United's left flank forced him to ignite his surges from way back in his own territory. By the time he dragged the ball to the rival 18-yard box, tunnel vision would kick in, compelling him to blast a shot instead of spotting the open man. Sure, both men were headline acts at their previous stomping grounds, but under Amorim, they were just gears in a machine built for total unity, demanding not just in music, offensive spark, but defensive grit as well. Amorim wasn't hunting for superstars right out of the gate. He demanded a United squad in perfect sync, every sprint calculated, every press unified, and every rotation drilled to perfection. Until they actually played like a united front, pardon the wordplay, even the most gifted prodigies were destined to fade into the background. However, with the Red Devils shifting back to a 4-2-3-1 under Carrick, Cunha and Mbeumo have absolutely exploded onto the scene. The tactical shackles have been loosened, granting them the luxury of individual liberty to trust their gut feelings, tapping into a raw footballing intuition that no training ground drill can teach. Music, of the two, Mbeumo can arguably stake a claim for having the most massive influence across the entire campaign, in fairness. Though Cunha's momentum was severely derailed by an injury early in the season, and while neither star has been locked into one position, the Brazilian has arguably been shuffled around the pitch even more than his Cameroonian counterpart. Crucially, both have led the line, with Amorim deploying Cunha up top to utilize his endless stamina and dazzling footwork to snatch second balls from deep clearances. Meanwhile, Mbeumo has been unleashed in that role under Carrick to exploit his blistering pace and dart behind the defense. Both possess formidable physical music traits. And even if Mbeumo gives up some inches in height, his relentless running off the ball creates nightmares for any rival backline. When the lights are brightest, he has proven to be an absolute game changer. He fired home the opener in the 2-1 triumph over Liverpool and struck again during the 2-2 stalemate at Tottenham. Since flying back from the Africa Cup of Nations, he's bagged United's opening tallies in victories against both City and Arsenal. Showing ice-cold nerves for both finishes, Cunha hasn't shied away from the spotlight either, stepping up when it matters most. Despite starting on the bench against City and Arsenal, he delivered critical blows both times, first whipping in the cross for Dallow's strike in the derby, then smashing in a stunning winner at the Emirates. But even looking past that match-winning heroics, Cunha's cameo appearances have been worth their weight in gold. With United buckling under siege, he offered a vital escape route, shielding the ball and dragging his squad further up the pitch. Pinpointing a single player's genuine effect on a squad is always a tricky puzzle to solve. Does the individual elevate the team? Or does the system simply amplify the player's strengths? When it comes to Cunha and Mbeumo, the answer likely lies somewhere in the gray area between the two. While they are undeniable keys to United's sharper attack, neither has single-handedly dragged the team forward, yet together, they make a compelling argument for doing exactly that. The terrifying reality for opponents, however, is that this duo is only just warming up. This music, season's choppy rhythm interrupted by 3 international breaks, a mid-season tournament, and nagging injuries only underscores how much potential remains locked away due to their scarce playing time together. Out of the 2,250 total minutes United has clocked across every competition, the duo has shared the pitch for barely over 800 minutes this entire campaign, right when they started flashing signs of a lethal telepathy combining to help United smash in 8 goals in their last 2 matches. Music together. Mbeumo's flight to the Africa Cup of Nations slammed the brakes on their growing chemistry. It begs the question, how many more times would the net have rippled if they'd had the chance to fully synchronize their game by now? If you dug this breakdown, smash that like button and subscribe for more deep dives. Don't forget to ring that notification bell so you're always in the loop. Thanks for watching, and we'll catch you in the next one.